Pacific Rim Uprising stars John Boyega, Scott Eastwood, and others. 10 years has passed since Pacific Rim. Jake Pentecost, Stacker's son, re-enlists in the Jigger Corps because everyone knows the kaiju will invade again sooner or later. Stephen DeKnight directed Pacific Rim Uprising. It's his feature film debut. He worked on several TV shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Daredevil most recently. I recently revisited Pacific Rim. It's not artsy or groundbreaking. It's a fun monster movie, nothing more. I guess everyone agrees it's better than Transformers. Guillermo del Toro grew up on kaiju movies, so he naturally wanted to make his own. He didn't return for Uprising because he chose to do The Shape of Water instead, which I haven't seen yet. My expectations for Uprising were low, of course. I expected it to be forgettable, hopefully fun. Uprising was a huge letdown. It was lame. John Boyega is a likable actor. I'm sure he has a long career ahead of him. John Campea claimed he has Dwayne Johnson-esque charisma. Has anyone else said that? Jake is a scoundrel, a hustler, so he's similar to Han Solo. He's forced to become a pilot again to avoid jail time, which oddly enough reminds me of Triple X. I know, weird comparison. Cailee Spaeny was good. She's a newcomer. Amara is a street kid. She somehow built her own Jagger in secret. Yeah, she reminds me of that kid in Transformers The Last Night. I'm sure some people found her annoying. Amara is the Mako of this movie, although Mako has a small role here. Yeah, she was wasted. Scott Eastwood plays Jake's co-pilot. He was wooden. He hasn't annoyed me so far. He's handsome, sure, but he has no charisma unlike his dad. Scott should become a character actor. If I'm not mistaken, Sam Warrington is a character actor now. I'm sure Jai Courtney will become a character actor sooner or later, unless he has already. I like Charlie Day. I liked him in Pacific Rim. Yeah, he's annoying here. I guess he yells a lot in general. Newt is still over the top. He spews numerous forced jokes. He loves to drift, which is weird, because it nearly killed him in the first movie. This may sound weird. Drifting is treated like a drug. Maybe not acid so much as coke. Charlie Hunnam's Pacific Rim character is a bland hero, a maverick. He's like Tom Cruise's Top Gun character. He was barely mentioned in Uprising. His name was quickly mentioned in passing. The movie never explains if he's alive or dead. It doesn't really matter anyway. Charlie doesn't appear in Uprising because of scheduling conflicts with Ken Arthur, which I enjoyed. Uprising is really fast-paced. It feels rushed. I honestly was bored. The characters are really thin. They're barely introduced, and the movie keeps on going. You don't care about any of them, not even Jake. The characters in the first movie are thin, sure, but they have a little depth, or rather, that movie's not really fast. Hollywood is really franchise-driven nowadays. It's frustrating. It makes the 90s look innocent by comparison. They're more concerned with setting up franchises than making good movies. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is one major example. Uprising feels so bland and aggressively commercial. Its only purpose is to set up another movie. Uprising has a lot of humor. It's so lazy and forced I barely laughed. It's like watching a Transformers movie. Thankfully, it's not crude. There aren't any humping robots. There's a running gag where Jake brags about himself, calls himself handsome or sexy. In fact, he literally calls Scott's character handsome once. Well, sexy, it doesn't matter. During the climax, Ed Jaeger literally flips a bird. I'm not kidding. That's so forced. I love LA. That scene is still hilarious. It's not forced, it's clever. At least I think it's clever. Bean came out in 1997 when I was 8 years old. Mr. Bean literally taught me the middle finger. I was watching it with my dad. He told me it's a rude gesture. It means fuck you. The effects were fine. They were bland. They're not beautiful. There weren't any wow moments. Pacific Rim's visuals were beautiful because they had texture like rain and smoke. Plus, Pacific Rim has some practical effects which was great. As far as I know, Uprising was completely digital. The action was bland. I yawned a couple times. I'm sure some people were glad the action mostly takes place during the day. I don't mind that, but I personally think nighttime is better. The Jaegers no longer move like robots. They're fast. They move like ninjas. There's less kaiju than before, which was disappointing. Pacific Rim Uprising gets a D. It's not painful. It's a huge letdown. It's a bland kaiju movie. It's really rushed. The filmmakers were really concerned about setting up a franchise. The acting was mostly fine. John Boyega and Cailee Spaeny were good. I liked Charlie Day, but he was annoying here. The humor was lame. It was really forced. The effects were fine. They were just there. Thanks, as always, for watching, guys. My Twitter link is down below. Let me know what you think of Pacific Rim Uprising. Did you like it or hate it? I have the blinds open, but I still really struggled here, because I quickly wrote my notes, and I realized I should rearrange them. I might as well let you guys know, I picked up Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 today. Fun movie. I'll talk to you later. Alrighty then.